Okay, this video is for Unit 2, Grade 9, Criterion A. The project is a model bridge. The students will have to research what really exists as well as model bridges that really exist. Alright, the common problem with this assignment was a lot of students did the real life bridges and not the model bridges, or they did model bridges, not real life bridges. So this paper highlights the fact that the student did the real life bridges but not the model bridge. Because this is a Unit 2 assignment, that means we will go all the way to the bottom before we even look at it and check if your resources are there or your citations or bibliography. Many names for the same thing, but we call them citations. If these are not there, you get a 0. We move on to the next paper. Like, this is a research paper. If you do not have that, automatic 0, we move on. Doesn't matter if you spent a whole week every day working on this paper. This is Unit 2. You should know this. All right. What are the good things about this paper? I should state that we're going to be looking at the rubric the student was working with, as well as the default. All right, you have to use your default no matter what. Strand 1. What I really liked about this, the student was very specific. You see right here, 14 pages. Awesomeness. Awesomeness. All right, your research paper does not need to be 30 pages. It does not. What I really liked about this was got straight to the point, many types of bridges, so she just got straight to the point. The disadvantage, though, she did not outright state what the problem was. All right, so right here I said, would have been awesome if you said the problem is the bridge over the River Kwai. So she pretty much like spoke about the problem, but she did not outright say this is my problem. It was also the same for the solution. The intended solution will be the popsicle sticks, da 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 da. Like, that's the key thing with Criterion A's. It's kind of lame, but you have to outright state what your problem is. You have to outright state what your intended solution is. But everything she did was super great. It was being soft on her because she didn't use the words problem and solution, but it was obvious that they're there. So the problem was stated, intended solution was stated. She justified both of them. She also addressed the transportation issue, but who was her target audience? The transportation issue came from the question that she was working with. All right, but in your default, you need your target audience. Like, you have to outright state, this is my target audience. So that's a common mistake most students made. Moving into strand 2. Here's what I really, really loved about this paper. She had both her primary source and her secondary source, as well as the priority. In grade 9, you're not required to do all 3, but it's obvious that she looked at the default, saw that she needed her research plan, saw that she needed a primary and secondary, saw that she needed to prioritize them. All right, so that was awesome. There are grade 10 students who still don't have this. Here's the downside, though. When I started reading this, I said, good, yeah, both 3 resources. I'm like, why? Like, don't just say to get an idea of the bridges in general. Like, tell me why. And over here, she even asked why. As you can see, there's an update, and we'll get back to that later. So the outline was cool. I was like, where's all this information? So, like, she's asking the question, has the links, giving me the priority and everything. She didn't answer that question. That's fine. I'm going down. And then I saw all of this. And I'm reading, and then I'm like, are you bringing back the questions you asked earlier, as in these questions? And the more I read, I realized, yes, she is. So I was like, oh, these are your justifications. Next time, group them, the question, the link, the resources, the priority with the justifications, so it's more obvious. So this, it would have been awesome if she broke it up and stuck them into the boxes that they relate to. But she didn't do that. Let's jump back up here. Okay, I saw it below. Group them next time. Don't have them separate. So this is grade 9, so not too harsh. Like, it's there, which is good. So she got the points, and you can see like this is a lot of justification for her question. So she justified everything from the questions she stated above, which was very good. It was really good. So she got to 8. Well done. Look past the organization and layout because you had everything. And the fact that she had both primary, secondary sources as well as the priority, which grade 10s are not doing properly, that even made it more easy for me as a teacher to give her that 8. Although the organization was like all over the place. Like, it's there. It's a learning process, people. So I know in unit 3, she'll have this super organized, super perfected. All right, here's where the common mistakes came in. You're supposed to do a real life bridge as well as model bridges. Well, this student did not have their model bridges, but the real life bridge that they did was very good. So she justified that costs was the main thing for arch bridges in real life. For the suspension bridge in real life, the structure was super justified. That was also very good. And she also did the beam bridges, where she justified that the concept of the beam bridge, like, they're simple designs and cost effective. That was really good. But then it ended. So I'm like, no model bridge examples. So she had the real life examples, no model examples. It was unfortunate. Got a 5 because the model bridges were not shown. But this itself was perfect. Like, the real life stuff was perfect. And it was short, sweet, to the point. She didn't need much else. Yeah. So if she did that for the model bridge as well, would have gotten a perfect 8. Jumping down to the design brief, which is really hard for most students because you're being asked to summarize in your own words what you've just done in as short form as possible. And she did this really well. The concept of the project was summarized, which was really good. Jump down here. She also summarized her solution, which was really good. What went wrong? Because she didn't have her target audience in strand 1, she didn't have a summary for her target audience as to why she's doing this assignment. So she missed that part. And because she missed the model bridges in strand 3, she also didn't have that summary. So she missed that part. So if she had the target audience obviously stated and the model bridges clearly stated, then she would have had those other 2 summaries and this design brief would have been perfect. Yeah. But for what she did, it was obvious that she was following the default as well as the assignment given, which is what most students should be doing. Then she would have gotten an 8 here. So it's unit 2. It's a learning process. I know for unit 3, she's going to get no less than a 7 because she knows her mistakes. And see right here, missing target audience and model bridge summary, which was missing. But yeah, Jawa did an awesome job, super awesome, and she got a 6. So wait, let me see what the comment said. Almost had it. Missing the problem in strand 1. You only showed the real life example for strand 3, so that means she missed the other one. Couldn't get more than a 5. She did a good job though. And on unit 3, like I said, unit 3, I know she'll definitely get a minimum 7. The good news is strand 2 was the most weights, and she got a perfect 8 there. So if she gets a perfect 8 again in unit 3, And I know she will not make this mistake in Unit 3 again for the design brief, which is your second most weighted section. That's saying 2/8 in the highest weighted sections. That's gonna pretty much guarantee her 7 right there, because we all know Java is awesome. So she made the common mistakes most students make, but the thing is, do you learn from your mistakes? I know Java does. How about you? And follow her example. She looks at the default because she did things not required by grade 9 students. So it's obvious that she's following both. So she's following what is required of her on the project, and she's following the default. All right? You have no excuses, people. This paper was written at the grade 10 level, but with the common mistakes students make. So I am looking for a 7/8 for Java on her next Criterion A, and I know she'll get it because she is awesome. See you guys.